Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top two stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for the next few days. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions like we always do here on this channel, right after the intro. Alright, y'all, before we begin again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm as always, and also don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Alright, so let's get started right off the bat. We have the SPY over here, and right now it's pulling on back. Things are not looking too good. I thought it would just consolidate slowly over here, just stay between 47 and 46.50. We got a little bit below that, and I think that it's just going to go sideways for some more. I think it's just gonna chill in this region. Let me change this thing to the 1. That way we have more room. I think it's just going to chill in this region until eventually we get out of that box. All right, I'm not too bearish on the market. I'm not too bearish on it. So do expect that. Now, the first one that all of you should be keeping in your watch list, the first stock, that stock is BABA. All right, BABA. And for those of y'all who have been subscribing to the channel, I have talked about BABA before. This time I want to give y'all a different perspective on it. If you look at the 1 hour, you can clearly see that there is a flag on the chart. All right, it's only a matter of time before it pops out of there. I think it's going to get there tomorrow morning. I think it's going to open at like 166 and then eventually make its way towards 170. Again, hopefully the market stays and just consolidates sideways, because sometimes it can affect the market. Today it didn't though. Today the SPY was gapped down along with a lot of the tech stocks, but BABA and a lot of the other Chinese stocks actually gapped up, ran, and then kind of held their gains just a little bit. As you can see, it opened up at like 161 and went all the way up to 166 and closed at 164. So that's a pretty decent day compared to like every other stock. So we may see a momentum coming into this one. All right, and also apart from this pattern on the 1 hour, I want y'all to also pay attention to this thing right there. All right, I want y'all to pay attention to the 4 hour. As you can see there, the left shoulder and the head and the right shoulder is still intact. It still looks good on the 4 hour. If it gets below 162, I would be a little bit worried, but I don't think it will. Again, we'll have to see and watch exactly to see exactly how it behaves. All right, so definitely pay attention to the charts and don't just be like oblivious. All right, just pay attention to what you're doing, watch and see how the stock behaves and make the decision that works best for you. I think it's gonna go all the way up to this neckline up here, all the way up here to around like $180. If not this week, then definitely next week, but it has to behave. Now the next one that all of you should be keeping in your watch list, that one is MMM. All right, and this one I actually like found it like an hour ago. This one looks pretty good. If you look on the 1 hour right over here, you can clearly see that there is this it's a bullish structure and it looks like it broke out. I don't like this one too much, but it's worth watching. The volume is a little low, but the one thing that I like about MMM, I shared this one in the past before because it doesn't follow the SPY too much. It kind of does its own thing. So I am watching to see if it will behave and if it will do exactly what I think it will do, which is to open up at 183. If that happens and then we see some volume coming, right? If we see some volume coming and we see it push above 183, then we can watch this one and there may be a day trading opportunity for a move to 186 either tomorrow or Thursday, no, on Friday. Yeah, either tomorrow or continuation to Friday. So definitely keep this one on your watch list. If you take a look at the bigger picture, let me see on the 4-hour, right? On the 4-hour, I mean, it's been demolished for quite some time, and it's been trying to find a bottom at these levels, right? Buyers are not letting this thing crumble, so definitely keep your eyes on this one for a move to the upside. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. The very first one that we're going to address, again, for those of y'all who have stocks of interest, definitely drop them in the comment section of the video. First one is J&J. What is going on with J&J? On the chart, there is this reverse head and shoulders. There's the left shoulder, the head right here, and the right shoulder is almost near. I think it's almost there. I think it's going to move up to 167. I definitely do think so. I'm not bearish on this one, not at these levels. It survived earnings. It's been consolidating. Watch it. Set your alerts at these levels, and hopefully there's more volume as well. More volume would be good for the stock. It's looking pretty good on the 4-hour and on the daily, and there is a bullish engulfing candle on the right side right over here. So a move to 170 by next week would not surprise me for J&J, and that's my very honest opinion on that stock. The next one that we're going to talk about, PayPal. All right, and I'm sure the stock annoys a lot of people. Let me go on to the daily. Now, this is the stock. This is the dip that keeps on dipping. Every time people just try to buy the dip, right? They expect this thing to curl, and they even gamble through earnings. Even though I constantly say do not do it. Even though I constantly say that it's 150% gambling and the fastest way to lose all of your money, right? But people still do it. People still buy calls and hold through earnings, and it went down even lower. This is not good for. It's really not good for the company at all. How long is it gonna take before we see a reversal? Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Hopefully this is the bottom. Hopefully we see some consolidation here between this zone. All right, above 200 before it goes back up and recovers after the 19th. Hopefully, but this right here, very annoying. And trying to catch the bottom, this is an example of that. Trying to catch the bottom can hurt sometimes. So you pretty much have to be very, very patient. If you don't know where the stock is going, don't try to guess where the bottom is, because previously, all the previous levels of support broke right here. So here was in one right there. So this was kind of enticing for people to try to want to take positions on this thing to the long side, and then got crushed. And then now it's at this previous level right here, right there. All right. So it's just something that's worth watching. Yes, it is a reputable company. Is it going to rebound? Yes. All right. But as options traders, what's important is timing the move, right? And make sure that you pick the appropriate contract. That way you actually get to make some money on this recovery. The further out, the safer, obviously. But obviously the safer, the less money you make. So it's a delicate situation. I would just say be very patient, watch it. Eventually it's gonna turn around. Eventually it's going to turn around. It's not gonna stay this cheap for too long. So it's my very honest opinion on PayPal. The next one that we're gonna talk about is TCOM. All right, and this one right here, I'm not sure exactly how long it's gonna take before it moves to the upside. This right here shows that it has earnings coming up on the 1st. This may or may not happen on the 1st. Again, there's an interrogation point over here, so they're still trying to figure that out. But as of right now, I think we just consolidate sideways at $30, and then eventually we'll move up. And the reason why I say eventually we'll move up, maybe in like 2 weeks, is because of the weekly, I think. Yeah, it's because of the weekly. yeah, if you look over here, you can clearly see that there is this left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder formed, right, is forming that soft support over here. It's looking quite good. We just want to see this thing survive the next earnings, and then as soon as the $33 breaks, we can have a good conviction that it's going to go all the way up towards like $44 and maybe towards $45 in Q1 of 2022. All right, so for those of y'all who are interested in this, if you're a long-term investor, this is a good setup to keep in mind. All right, this is definitely something to watch for the next few weeks. Now the last one that we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about an IPO, RIVN. Yeah, RIVN Automotive. For those of y'all who may be new to trading, who may be new to the market, whenever you hear about a company having IPOs, again, we're option traders over here. We like trading options, all right? And right now, it just got out the gates. It's brand new. It doesn't have an option chain yet, all right? So a rule of thumb that I usually do, I do not touch IPOs. I don't touch it. It's gonna get out the gates. It's gonna do its thing, right? But until it has options, I'm not interested. So my opinion that I want to share with all of you is to patiently wait. How long is it going to take to actually appear? It could take 2 weeks. It could take 3 weeks, right? And during that time, I don't think the stock is going to go anywhere. I think it's just going to chill here and probably even go all the way down to like 90, maybe even $85, all right? Before it starts to turn around. Let me change this thing to the daily. There you go. All right. So yeah, I think it's gonna fade all the way down to 90, and it's gonna form a nice base before it makes up its decision, before we get just a little bit more history, and before we get some more volume. So yeah, I'm staying away from this one, and I'm not touching it at all. And that's my very honest opinion on that stock, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel a lot, and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you would like to be part of a private Discord community, you can find that as the very first link in the description of the video below. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at PATTERNOLOGY and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I'll have some very basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after you sign up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video, alright? Enjoy the outro.